Christmas party. This is the place to be. All the stars are here tonight. Joining us tonight, Barry Manilow. Plenty of love tonight because Billy Pearce is in here. Joe Pasquale. From America, Jackie Mason. Norman Wisdom. And the Spice Girls are in here tonight. Right, here's a guy, a funny man who's been off our screens for far too long. Will you welcome him back? Here's Billy Pearce.
I'm relaxed. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's nice to see you. It's been a long time since you were here, about 4 or 5 years.
It has, Des. Do you know, the last time I was here, I was on with Sir Cliff Richard and that Kylie Minogue. And I was in the dressing room after the show, and the speakers came on, and this voice went, ping pong. Mr. Cliff Richard, your chauffeur-driven limousine is waiting at the stage door. Ping pong. Kylie Minogue, your helicopter is on the roof waiting to whisk you to the airport. Ping pong. Billy Pearce, somebody's nicked your bike. Yeah, so
It's good to have you here.
it's nice to be here. It's nice to be here. If Paddy Ashdown, William Hague, and Tony Blair were all stranded on a desert island, who would survive?
Who would survive?
Us.
Some of us stop.
Yeah. And what has Winnie the Pooh and John the Baptist got in common?
What has Winnie the Pooh?
They both got the same middle names, Des. The Pooh and John the Flippin' Baptist. Do you know, I'm not very happy today, Des.
You're not happy?
No, well, you see, last week my librarian died and everybody loved him, and as a mark of respect, all the staff at the library made a noise for 2 minutes. Yeah. Have you noticed I've got my hair a bit different?
It does look different, yeah.
Well, to be honest, I'm very pleased and proud to announce here tonight that I've had my hair done different for a film.
A film?
Yes, I'm going to see Titanic tomorrow night. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I've seen it that many times, I'm going to play it backwards so I can watch it coming up.
Yeah. You're in Panto, right?
I am, yeah.
Northampton, is it?
That's right, Northampton, yes, and we go to Leeds. We go to Leeds for a couple of weeks in February. That's the 3rd of Feb to the 14th, and at the moment we're in Northampton. But we've just finished rehearsals because, as you know, Des, when you go on stage, you have to know everything backwards. Backwards, everything, know to have you, stage, on go you when, Des, know you as, because. Yeah. I'm pleased about that one.
I know that Panto is fun, and I should think you would enjoy Panto. Is this a happy company you're in?
Oh, they're a super team. They're all a lovely... Well, the princess is a bit miserable at the moment because all her friends are getting married and she's not even pregnant yet. But I'm working on it, Des. Yeah.
You've been working all over the place.
I have.
You've been on tour with your one-man show?
That's right. I've been all over the world in this country, packing them in wherever I go. I'm always busy. I do a lot for charity. Only last week I was opening a car boot sale. Hey, dear. But I'll tell you where I've been. I've been to Bournemouth. I was in Bournemouth last week. Now, I don't know if it's me, but they all seem to be right old in Bournemouth. Do you think that? I think the school leaving age is 46 in Bournemouth. I said to this woman, at your age, and she died. And when they die in Bournemouth, they don't bury them, they give them a driving licence and a Morris 1000 and just let them chuffing loose. Yeah. And all the shop windows are bifocal, you know, you're like that. They all walk about with scaffolding round them. I spent a whole week there one night. But, you know, I have a I've been all over. I tell you, I went to Worthing.
Worthing?
Oh, Worthing.
Oh, Worthing. Wonderful, wonderful.
I think Worthing's even worse than Bournemouth. They seem a lot older than...
A lot older?
They seem older in Worthing, yeah?
Do they?
Apparently, all the old people go to live in Bournemouth for a couple of years to train to go and live in Worthing. Yeah? They do. It's buzzing in Worthing. It's all the hearing aids feeding back. Oh, you know, I was staying in this guest house in Worthing. I'm in this guest house, and the landlady, I just couldn't get on with her at all. There was a big sign in my bedroom. It said, "Be in bed before I am." Well, I had a right row with her. She said, "It's be in bed before 1 a.m. Stupid." Couldn't get on with them.
Now then.
Yes.
I mean, people don't realise that our job is that they think it's all parties and fun, but it can be very lonely when you're touring, when you're on the road.
Well, yes, I'm quite lonely at the moment. I'm between relationships, you know. To be honest, I joined one of those computer dating agencies, and, well, up to now, I've been out with 3 computers. I went to a laptop dance, but it's no fun. It's no fun dancing with a 3.5-inch floppy. And, mind you, I had a brilliant night last night with a Game Boy. Oh, no, very lonely. You know, must tell you, I bought a plant to keep me company at home, and I bought this plant, and I don't know anything about plants, and the man gave me this little bottle. He said it's plant food, and put 2 drops in every now and again. The plants love it, and it really perks them up. Well, I'd had this plant a few weeks, and all of a sudden I looked at it, and all its leaves were all hanging down. It looked right fed up and miserable. So I remember this little bottle, and I put 2 drops in, and a couple of hours later, all the leaves were coming up like that. Well, I don't know what's in that bottle, but it tastes of peppermint.
Pearce is one of the most popular American entertainers ever to come over here and entertain. He is simply a supreme superstar, singer, songwriter, Barry Manilow. I'm not going to ask you if you happen to be here. The fans here, they just love you, don't they? They are...
Yeah, they do.
And you like coming to work for them.
I like that.
Tell me about the Maniloonies.
The Maniloonies. You know, I coined that phrase, and people picked up on it. I think it's funny, don't you think, the Maniloonies? Don't you think it's a funny expression?
It's a good name. Because for anyone that's not familiar with the Maniloonies, earlier this year, these are Barry Manilow fans, like kind of right to the end of the line. They're there. They left their husbands behind. They spent
those. Yeah.
You remember? They spent £100,000, stayed in 5-star hotels, and followed you around the country. Right? What do you make of all that?
I think it's fabulous. Everybody should do that. We had the greatest time. I was here in January, and I toured all over the UK, and that's what happened. But we had a great time. Every show was better than the next, and these fantastic people out there were just so generous and exciting, and every night got better and better, and I think we ended in Manchester, and it was like a sensational evening.
I've got fans. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, my fans, Barry, my fans are like the French resistance during the war. Nobody knows who they are or where they are, but they're out there.
They love you, Dad. You just keep going, just like we both just keep going year after year. Aren't we like the luckiest guys?
I think so. Being in a business where you enjoy it and we do it for nothing, don't tell anybody we said that. You've just done an album now of Sinatra songs.
I know. I just finished it.
Sinatra who said about you once, yes, he's next. And that was a compliment from that man.
That was a very important moment in my life. You know, when I started, it happened around 1979 or 1980 that I heard that he said that. And right around then, I was just beginning to, you know, I started my career in pop music at around 1975. And from 75 till around 80 or 82 or something like that, the audiences were always behind me, but the critics were like merciless. They've just begun to ease off on me, but they were merciless then. And when Sinatra said, "He's next," I can't tell you.
Yeah, that's the lift you need, yeah.
Yeah, out of it.
What track are you going to sing for us?
Well, I'm going to tackle Strangers in the Night.
Ah.
I tell you, you know what? You know, it was a very risky and challenging and kind of a sacrilegious thing to try to do, to sing. Yeah. Well, try to sing Sinatra's songs. I mean, this is like one of the greatest performer singers of all time. You just don't play around with that. And here I was saying, you know, I have to try it. And you know why? I just didn't want this music to go away. I just wanted to do it one more time. I just loved it so much that I wanted to say thank you and goodbye to this guy, you know, in my own way. But walking behind the microphone and beginning to sing songs like All the Way, there's this little voice inside your head that says, who do you think you are, right? But then you just have to get rid of that voice and just do the best you can.
Well, good luck with the album. You're going to do the track for us now?
I am. Shall I?
Strangers in the Night.
Shall I?
Barry
All right.
Manilow. Thank you, Barry.
All right. Thank you, Barry.
All right. Barry Manilow, Strangers in the Night.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting, something in your smile was so exciting, something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night, until the moment that we said our first hello. Little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight, in love forever. It turned out so right, for strangers in the night. Was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight, in love forever. It turned out so right, for strangers in the night, for strangers in night, for strangers in the night.
Still to come on Des O'Connor Tonight at Christmas, the Spice Girls, Jackie Mason, Joe Pasquale and Norman Wisdom.
Right, I'm always pleased to welcome my next guest. He's become a regular on this show, and I'm always delighted to see him, unless he's got that blooming camel with him. Will you please welcome Joe Pasquale?
Des, how
What
are
shall
you?
I shake?
Well, leave it, you don't want to go there. How are you?
I'm fine.
So-
What, Joe, why are you wearing this?
This is the new discerning outfit, and that's why I've got it on. And because you don't trust what I do on here, so everybody said you've got to get... And you've got to get... Hang on, I've had enough of this. Hang on. OK, that's better, isn't it?
What? Oh,
OK, that's a lot. Oh, hang on, look at this. Look, that's been driving me nuts all day.
I had to tell you, when people know you're coming on, they ask me one question.
Just one?
Well, they ask two, actually. They
just
ask a
two.
lot, but what I'm going to tell you, they say, that voice of Joe Pasquale, is it real?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And I told him that's how he got... You told me about 4 years ago on the show you got thrown out the police force.
Yeah, I was, because I was like, it was like
He was a
superintendent.
policeman. Can you believe this? He was a policeman. Not a joke, he was a policeman.
An incident occurred, right? There had all these, like, gangsters holed up in a warehouse, right? And they'd all had machine guns and everything, and I was outside with a megaphone going, "Come out with your hands up!" There'll be trouble, right?
So, needless to say, they did ask you if you'd like to...
No, they didn't want me for long. I had to go to the doctors a little while ago. I said to the doctor, "I think I'm a cowboy." He said, "How long have you felt like that?" I said, "About a yeehaw!"
You know, one of the other questions they ask, they say, how would you describe Joe? You know, what's he like? And I've got one word to describe you.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Ah,
You are mad, Joe.
I don't think I am mad at all. What I've sussed though is, like, there's a lot more people that are more bonkers than I am.
Are
right?
there?
Yeah, a lot
I
more.
haven't met 'em.
No, I have. My family. But the thing is, what I've realised is that, you know, there's a lot of strange people about, and people hitchhike. I used to hitchhike. Did you ever hitchike when you was younger?
In the Air Force years ago.
Ah, did you? What, they're picked up by a plane? What? Can you imagine that? So what I've noticed, though, right?
He is mad.
You don't get out enough, do you? What I noticed was, what you want to do is, next time you pick up a hitchhiker, do you ever pick anyone up?
It's a dangerous game, but if
yeah.
someone's really in trouble, yeah.
Yeah, well, what you've got to do, right, you've got to find out they've got a sense of humour. And the way to find out if a hitchhiker's got a sense of humour is get one of these masks I've got here, right, put it on and say, "Brace yourself." And they won't be in the car for very long. I went to a winkle eating party the other day.
A winkle eating party?
Yeah, it was so
I've never
quiet.
been to one of those.
It was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The bloke that invented ice cream, right, this is terrible at Christmas time, the bloke that invented ice cream has died. They found him sprawled across his fridge freezer covered in crushed nuts and chocolate sauce, hundreds of thousands and a flake up each nostril, right? And they reckon he topped himself.
So, Joseph...
That's it. Listen, do you remember when you was a kid, is what used to play a great game called Knock Up Ginger? It's where you knock on someone's door and run away, and today it's called Parcel Force.
Well, talking of parcels and things like that, are you looking forward to Christmas?
I like Christmas. I bought you some presents as well, because it's Christmas.
Is this what this lot is?
This is what all my
I was told don't
is, yeah.
touch anything that's near you. What
No,
is-
do you want me to show you the presents I've got? Yeah,
Please.
I've got you some really nice, interesting stuff this year. Look, what you have to do, you have to speak into it, right? Push a button and speak into it, ready? I'm going to do one of your songs for you, ready? Dick-a-dum-dum, dick-a-dum-dum. Do you want to have a go? Go on, say something. Right. I know. Oh, good.
I got a song that'll get on your nerves.
And
It's a hit medley we're doing here.
this one...
Hey, be quiet.
I'm going to...
I can stop him.
You can't. You have to take the batteries out.
Sit up.
Yeah, it's all right. It's gone. It's gone. This one here. This is it.
It's still going.
Hang about. It's going with one battery. It's haunted. There's no batteries in it. Look, there's no batteries in it. It's still going. What's that all about?
This is welcome to the X-Files toilet. That is weird.
Oh, that's scary. That is. Oh, it's still going. It's still.
Joe, it's just laid a battery.
It's a battery head.
It just laid a battery. It's a battery head. Yes, I like this.
This.
Go and get it and take it away. Take it away. It's all right, to bury it under the cushion there.
I've taken the batteries out. Terry! Okay.
I don't suppose anyone will believe us that that was not set up.
Oh, no, this is scary. This is even scarier.
What is this?
This is the actual box that Harry Houdini escaped from when
That?
he... Yeah.
As a child?
No, he was just a very small man. He was very small. People think he was a big bloke, but they don't know. It's just pictures and old films now. They don't. He was very tiny, right?
must have been.
And this was the original box that he escaped from very first time. And if you listen to it, you can still hear the spirit of him inside.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? Get me out of here!
See? Not as good as the budgie, though, is it? And this one... It's complete cack, isn't it? This one here. This is the best one for you, this is, because I know you like fast food, don't you? You go to fast food restaurants.
Well, you have to now to get an hour job.
That's the only way you've got to do it, right? So if you ever go to McDonald's drive-thru, I don't know if you've ever been to McDonald's drive-thru, but you drive up to a speaker, right, and this woman's voice comes out and goes, hello, can I take your order? And you go, what, love? And she says, can I take the order? And you can't understand the word she's saying, right? So you give her your order anyway. You go, I'll have 2 Big Macs, 2 French fries, and an apple pie to burn my mouth with, right? And she goes, ooh. So this is a great weapon in the war against McDonald's drive-thrus, right? You just drive up to the speaker with one of these and go, and you'll end up with a gearbox from Mark III Cortina.
Is that it with the toys?
That's the choice. You can take all of them home.
Well, when we had Tom Jones on a show a few weeks back, we were talking about his life and the possibility that someone might play him in a film, and your name came up as you could play Tom Jones.
I think it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Do you think you could do all that,
I
Paul?
know I can do all of that. I was built for speed. The thing is, I had to go to the doctors. Going back, I went to the doctors. I had to go to the doctors, right? I said, Doctor, every time I go to bed at night, I keep singing the green, green grass of home. And when I wake up in the morning, I keep singing Delilah. And he said, you got the Tom Jones syndrome. So I said, is that very rare? And he went, it's not unusual.
Joe Pasquale, with your friend Joe. Good to see you, Joseph. Now, my next guest is quite simply one of the funniest men in the world. Every concert a sellout, every concert a comedy riot. Please welcome Jackie Mason.
How do you do?
Good to see you, Jackie.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good
Good to see you.
Look at you.
How do you do? How do you do? It's a pleasure to find out that I'm here. Thank God you found a Jewish man to save the show.
Every time you come here, now, I've been to New York 5 times in the last 3 years, and I find the driving is getting worse. Am I imagining that? The drivers they don't care.
They don't even care if there's another car, that they enjoy crashing into each other. That's a way of life over there. They figure if you have a car, they'd like to get involved personally with wherever you're going. And the best way to make contact is to crash into each other. There's a lot of crashing in New York. So far, you don't seem to know what I'm talking about.
I do, but we crash here as well, you know.
You're looking at me like you're waiting for a comedian to show up. This
Well,
is...
it's not a bad assumption.
I like to you introduced me, how great, how fantastic. Then I started talking, and you're looking like, this is it. You're like, this the best you could do for...
For this
you
money?
could have, for this money, you could have gotten a real comedian.
Every time, about every 50 yards, walking along American sidewalks, not pavements, sidewalks, I see a coffee shop. And that's starting to happen here, the coffee shop. Is there, I mean...
That's the most popular thing in the United States. Chains of...
They're all the time.
Chains and chains of gourmet little coffee shops. Do they call them gourmet here?
But they're like designer coffee shops.
That's right, like designer coffee shops. The word over there is gourmet coffee shops, where they charge 87 times as much for the same cup of coffee. In a place that's usually a dump. There's no chairs, no tables. If a regular coffee shop was in that condition, there would be a sign closed for alterations. But this is considered a gourmet coffee shop It's because they have French and Italian titles for the coffee, and when people see French and Italian titles, all of a sudden the coffee seems to be worth 8 times as much. I don't know why. Coffee all over America is 70 cents, 80 cents, $1. If they have an awning, maybe $1.10. But as soon as they have a fancy title, coffee latte, cremier, Suzette, Chalarier, all of a sudden it's $1.80, $2.50, $7.40, $9.20. It's the same coffee you get any place else. But because they have French titles, people are fascinated with the French, and it feels trendy. Call anything French, and all of a sudden, people pay any price for it. And they'll eat foods they'll never eat if it doesn't have a French title. Escargot. What is escargot? It's a snail. If you didn't call it escargot, would anybody eat a snail? I don't believe anybody on earth would eat a snail. Try to be honest with yourself. If you was in a cheap coffee shop and a waiter came over to you and said, would you like to eat a snail? Here. Here's a snail. You would go, ugh, a snail? Are you kidding? Nobody would eat a snail. But they tell you it's not a snail. It's escargot. Oh, escargot. Now you pass you around, I'm having escargot. It's all in the title because it's French. Why do you think nobody eats a cockroach?
It's not
because there's no French name associated with it. Let's be honest about it. You want me to tell you the truth? Let's be honest about it. Doesn't a cockroach look better than a snail? A cockroach looks 10 times better than a snail. If you show a person a snail and a cockroach, everybody would pick the cockroach. Everybody, because a cockroach looks like something. It has a personality. It walks around a little. It looks like something. But it needs a French name instead of cockroach if they called it caquet au chez. Everybody would be eating cockroaches. Everybody would be eating cockroaches. I'll tell you, that's what would happen. The people would say, the hell with escargot. Did you hear about caquet au chez?
You must be the only comic in the world, well, certainly to my knowledge, that started out as a rabbi.
Right.
Did you used to do jokes then, Jackie? Did you actually do jokes in the sermons? Was that allowed?
Well, that's how I came up with the idea of becoming a comedian, because I was doing jokes, and the jokes started to become a bigger hit than the sermon. And before you know it, my jokes were such a hit that all the Gentiles in the community started to come in to hear me. So before you know it, I was attracting more Gentiles than Jews. There were so many Gentiles there that there was no room for the Jews. I became the only rabbi of a Gentile congregation in this whole country.
What's the main difference between the Gentile, the Jew? Because I know you've studied the differences, haven't you?
Everybody tells you the Jews know how to make money, they have it easy, they're maneuverers, they got this. There's all kinds of cliches. Jews all buy wholesale. There's a lot of lie. There's a lot of Jews who never bought wholesale. You know why? They paid cost. You never heard about this?
What will you do?
But you dress very well for a Gentile. I notice remarkably well. Most Gentiles are not such great dressers because they know this is their country, they don't have to impress you. But every Jew I know has a designer label. You ever noticed that? Yves Saint Laurent, Saint Laudrec, Saint Laschmuck, Saint Laurent. You say hello to a Jew, you're reading for an hour and a half. Some haven't got a jacket, they put on a label and they go. But you are a great inspiration to me. I was kidding you a lot, but I'm really inspired by you. Someday I hope that I also could do nothing for a living. People say that people have it easy. They don't know you. You're a delightful man, and I noticed even when I took a chance picking on you for a second, everybody froze because everybody loves you. They don't know your real character. I noticed there's a great love for you in this audience. If they know you like I knew you, but the truth of the matter is, it was worth the trip.
Was it worth the trip?
It was worth the trip. I see a lot of love in your heart.
Yeah. You want to
the
dance?
The rest of your body, I wouldn't dance. You want to dance? Look at this, another homosexual person. I thought that's only in the government. It's here, too. I read about this guy, Davis.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Left the park and said, I left the park, I'm resigning. I said, wait a second, for a walk in the park, you give up your job? I said, didn't something happen in that park? Then he sounded just like Clinton. He says, I was there, but I don't even know why I was there. I said, but you must have done something in order to resign. He says, I did something. They said, well, who? I didn't know if there was another person involved. They told me there was somebody there. He talked to me. I don't remember about what. But I went there. I don't remember why. But I got out. I don't remember for what reason. But I'm not going back. Why? Because I can't find that guy. I'm looking for him. But he doesn't remember what he did with him, where he left him, where he came back from. All he knows is that he quit. For what? Nobody knows. He remembers that he quit. He doesn't know why. If you don't know what you did, then you don't know if there was anything wrong with it, why are you quitting? The whole country's walking around wondering, what did he do? They don't know. They're going to send him to Clinton. He's going to be vice president under Clinton. Well, God bless you. I really hope and wish and pray that you have a great, great life. And this is from one of the chief rabbis, now resigned. But I didn't resign for the same reason that he resigned. I wasn't at the park lately. I just go house to house like Clinton. Hello, are you busy?
Jackie Mason!
God bless you and thank you very much.
The party continues after the break with the Spice Girls and Norman Wisdom.
Now then, my next guests are without doubt the most successful girl band in the world. It can only be the Spice Girls! It's lovely to see you girls.
again.
It's so good. You know, so much has happened since the last time you guys sat here.
Yeah.
Lots and lots. There's plenty to talk. Do you mind if I talk? Pardon?
There's more room.
There's more room.
More room.
Oh yeah, but it's 2 extras, isn't there?
Yeah. Building up.
Let's. Do you mind if I talk to the mothers to be first? I will definitely get along to you. Now, when's the baby due, Mel?
March.
March. That's
Beginning
Pisces.
of March.
Is it Pisces? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. When's this little fellow or lady turning up?
March.
Oh, March. Did you go on the firm's outing together?
Yeah. We organised it the same night, Dad.
Did you really? You two, obviously, you went. Well, you all went to Mel's wedding, didn't you?
Yes.
Was it wild? Was it?
It was the most fantastic wedding. I don't, you know, I'm not looking forward to getting married now.
Why?
Can't be that. It was.
Oh, you mean try and beat
it was
it?
fantastic. Yeah. It was
Did you
brilliant.
throw the bouquet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Emma got knocked over by my friend. She was
I
like
was
desperate
right at the
to
front,
get
and then
it.
someone grabbed me around the neck, so I couldn't get it.
We had no time to show.
On a sort of, yeah, we're having fun here and we want to keep that, but on a slightly more serious, these are spoken for now. Mel's married, this one's soon to be. You guys, is it possible for a Spice Girl to have a normal, uncomplicated relationship with a fella these days? Is it possible? Because they all run off to the newspapers, don't they?
But no, the thing is it possible for anyone to have an uncomplicated relationship? I think it's just the same for us. Is it for anybody out there?
But when poor Emma here, she kissed the guy, he's off to the newspaper with pumped up rubbish. Half of it was probably rubbish anyway.
Yeah, I think obviously you can't not trust anybody because you just lose sort of, you know, so you have to go with your gut instinct really, and, you know, sometimes it's wrong and sometimes it's right.
But I think the stories, they always make out how good you are in bed, so I don't think we all mind that. I think it's quite good.
Are these just rumours then, are they?
No.
I should be asking this to Mel, but I'm going to do a twist here. I'm going to ask you guys, what kind of a mum is she going to make? What kind of a housewife is she going to make? Is she domesticated?
I'll be all right.
Will you be good? Will you be good
Yeah.
with all the nappy changing and all that stuff?
I'll let Jim do that. I think I'll just stick to kind of playing.
Yeah, you just play and then when it... Oh...
I'll pass it to Jim, yeah. Or to this lot.
It smells. Your turn.
Vicky, can you cook? Can she cook? Is she...
No, she can't.
But she's okay, because David can, so
No, I'm
that's
not
all
really
right.
very domesticated at all. He does. He's brilliant.
You don't know
he
his
cooks,
favourite dish?
cleans.
Apart from you, I mean, you don't know what he likes?
I do those ready-made dinners, you know, that you just pierce the top and stick them in for 3 minutes.
How upset were you at all the abuse, the unfair abuse that he got after the World Cup? Were you both really down about it?
You know, at the end of the day, as long as you keep a level head, that's all that matters. You know, the minute you start believing all the good press, you get a real big head, and as soon as you start believing all the bad press, you end up a complete mess. I think it was very unfair, but, you know, incredibly unfair.
I think most of the real the genuine football fans realise that that was unfair.
Well, you know, I mean, that was months ago, and now everybody's saying, you know, he's great
Well,
again.
he
So it just
is.
proves how fickle people can be. And
It is a small price to pay for what we get to
I was
see
going
and
to
what
say,
we get
is
to do.
it worth it? Because, you know, you guys have got such fame and fortune, probably even beyond your wildest dreams in the last few years. Just unbelievable.
I think we're the luckiest girls in the world, actually, and we do remember that.
Did the dream, was it better from afar? Or here you are, you were enjoying it, you're living it. Is it just as great as you ever dreamed it would be?
I think it's hectic is the word. Yeah. It is great to do what we're doing and you get to see so many different countries, but it is hectic, and I think life should be like that because you want to feel as though you're living life rather than just
not dragging,
plodding along. We properly live it.
When Jerry left, people said, oh, Spice Girls, but you've confounded everybody. You've gone from strength to strength.
I think that is because we are strong individuals and Jerry's a strong girl as well, so, you know, you don't want to stop and
What did
give
you
up.
think when suddenly said she was leaving? What did you think?
I think we were
Good
so
luck.
shocked as well, I think. Yeah, it was quite shocking.
Well, obviously, from what I've heard, there won't be much stuffing the turkey going on. Could you do a dinner? I'd love to see you
I'm doing Christmas dinner.
You are?
I am.
What are you going to cook?
I don't know yet, but I'm doing it.
You don't know?
I don't know what I'm going to cook. Probably Marks and Spencer's kind of
But you've
put
got
in the oven.
Oh,
but I'm doing it.
Spencer stuff as well.
Could you stuff a turkey, any of you? Could we-
Yeah, that's easy. Get the
You just get him ready
bag
stuff,
stuff
Hang on,
out
Richard.
and
just-
put it in.
You do what?
Get your giblets out.
That's what I meant to say.
Get your
Get the
giblets out.
giblets out. Get your giblets out.
I'm not getting my giblets out.
Go! And then pack it with what do you... Garlic
and
and
onions.
stuffing.
Sage and onion pasta. Look, whatever you're doing, guys, have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you for coming in. Do you realise that you two next year are going to be putting little tangerines and little chocolate money in little stockings?
I was doing it this year for David.
Oh. That's wonderful. Right, girls, you're going to do the new single for us now, which is called Goodbye. I don't have to read anything into that, do I? No, you're all together. It's solid.
It's goodbye to the past and hello to the future.
Good girl. Well, thank you once again all for coming. You're always such fun. Lovely babies and lots of hit records. Will you thank the Spice Girls? On your marks, you guys, on your marks. The Spice Girls. Good girls. The Spice Girls with our new single, Goodbye.
Listen, little child, there will come a day when you will be able to say, never mind the pain or the aggravation. You know there's a better way for you and me to be. Look for the rainbow in every storm. Fly like an angel, heaven sent to me. Goodbye, my friend. I know you got me such a gun that I can still feel you here. It's not the end. Gotta keep it strong before the pain turns into fear.
So glad we made it. Time will never change it. No, no, no.
Just a little girl, big imagination, never letting no one take it away. Went into the world, what a revelation. She found there's a better way for you and me to be. Look for the rainbow in every storm. Find out what's certain. Love's gonna be there for you. You'll always be someone's baby. Goodbye, my friend. Know you got
attention, will you please welcome Norman Wisdom! It's lovely to see you, Norman.
Lovely to see you.
Sit down, sit down. Wait, are you off? Is that it? Here.
Oh, God, I never know where. Here?
See you,
Oh,
Norman.
there.
You don't change. You've been very busy boy, you have, Norman. Casualty, you're acting in that. You're acting in Last of the Summer Wine. Did you see him in Casualty? Very good in that.
And it was all right, was it?
You were very good.
Oh, good. Casualty, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it because we had a lot of fun, you know, that my dear wife who was supposed to be dead lying on the, what's that?
Yeah, you were playing games, weren't you?
I kept tickling her feet, yeah. So she was dead, she was like that. And all that. And, no, and it was a smashing crew, so it was good fun, I loved it.
A lot of people don't know this, and I want to talk about this, Norman. You are very successful, huge star in Albania, and Russia. Now, how did that popularity come about? How did that all happen?
Well, in Albania, the dictator, Hexam, he wouldn't allow any films with bad language or sex, you know, murders and car crashes and all that sort. And so all my films were allowed to go in there, all the lot of them.
We've got a clip of you,
Have you?
In Albania. You didn't know this. We've got a clip of you doing the wonderful work you do with the children.
Just a few months ago, these children all lived on the streets. Their surprise visitor shared the happiness and warmth of a hostel provided by Child Hope UK. But in Europe's poorest country, these are the lucky ones. Sadly, wherever you walk, it's all too easy to encounter those not so fortunate. A considerable number of young children are being forced onto the streets to beg.
Terrible, eh? I'll never forget that. I remember that little boy. You had a hospice. You've had a hospice named after you, the Norman Wisdom Hospice in Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You often go there to help those kids.
Norman Wisdom Hospice, yes, I go there. And I love to go. I enjoy myself. Oh, don't be...
It must be emotional too, all those kids.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, honestly, but you've got to keep cheerful. But I go there, you know, they normally fly out there and all that, but I go there on the convoy with all the medical equipment that's going out there, sitting in the lorry, and it's marvellous, right across Germany and Poland and all that. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Will you ever retire? You won't ever retire, will you, Norman?
Well, I'd be raving mad to pack up doing something I enjoy so much.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, you're still writing songs, they tell me.
Oh, well, don't laugh at me, 'cause I'm a fool. And I'll tell you now, it's no surprise, but I have written a Christmas song.
You have not.
I have. And I just need to have your permission to sing it, that's all.
Well, we want Norman! We want Norman!
Ready?
Please, I'm...
Fill my stocking for Christmas, fill my stocking with you. Don't need teddy bears, gloves that no one wears, just a few sweet kisses, Christmas trees with their glitter, snow clouds flying above. All these things only sadness brings if I can't have love. Paper hats and fireside chats and games that should be fun. Christmas carols, songs of joy, but there is only one I'm singing. Fill my stocking for Christmas, fill my stocking with you. Stand 'neath the mistletoe, and then each kiss will show I love you.
Yeah, they tell me he wanted to tell a joke, and I said, well, you know what Norman trying to tell a joke is just... He can't ever tell a joke because he just starts laughing. Now, I know it's Christmas, and they said the spirit of Christmas... Do you think you could tell one joke without laughing?
Look, I must confess that telling jokes has never been my favourite way of performing. Yeah. And the truth about that is that, well, I find it so much easier just to fall over.
Yeah. Well, I dare you to stand on this spot here. Come here, stand there, Norman. And there's a cap. Where are you gone? Oh, you're a busy little thing. Where are you?
Yeah.
Keep still while I'm talking. Stand there. Now, you tell a joke, and there's a camera. Don't laugh, OK? No laugh.
Well, no kidding me on them.
I promise you, I won't say
No, I won't. No, it's all right. I was walking down the street the other day, and I saw a man lying in the road with his ear to a manhole cover. So I went over to him, and I said, "What are you doing down there, see?" And he said, "No, don't stop, no." I said, what are you doing down there, you see? And he said, here, you ever listen? I got down and put my ear to the manhole cover, and I said, I can't hear anything. He said, here, you... I'm going. Oh, no.
No, you're not going anywhere till you do one thing for me.
What's that?
See this cap here?
No, wait a minute. I know. I've got to do something. You know, I'm going to try to escape.
What are you doing?
Hey, look, here. Oh, no, I've got rubber shoes on. I don't care.
So let me roll this back.
Hey, now, there we go. No, wait, that's better. Oh.
I want you to do something for me.
Oh, where you going? Hey?
I want you to put this little hat on, right? It's not the one. We couldn't get the one. And I want you just once to say, Mr. Grimsdale.
You put it on then.
How does it go? Which way does it go now?
No, and there, and now you've got to turn the peak up.
Like that? Is that right? That's nearly it, yeah.
How's that? All right, then. Mr. Grimsdale! Oh, no. Oh, Mr. Grimsdale.
Will you thank Norman Wisdom? He is a gem.
Christmas arrives in Aidensfield tomorrow at 8:30 with a mysterious and spooky edition of Heartbeat.